into the column. Okay, so in column tension should not be there, otherwise it will come out from the base. The face of the cross section which is close to the eccentricity will subjected to maximum stress. So the meaning of this particular statement is nothing but in column there should not be any tensile stresses, otherwise it will come out from the base. Okay, and the face which is close to the eccentricity is subjected to maximum stress. So from this particular figure we have a rectangular cross section of the column ABCD, okay, which has width B and depth D. XX and YY is nothing but those are the axes of the column, okay, and it is subjected to an eccentric load at an amount of E with respect to YY axis. Okay, therefore the face CB will be subjected to maximum stress because our load is eccentric about YY axis and it is very close to CB, therefore it is under maximum stress. So if sigma maximum is positive, then the stresses are considered as a compression are compressive, and if sigma minimum is negative, then the stresses are considered as a tensile. Okay, now we are going to derive the value for the eccentricity which will be considered for the no tension condition in the column. Okay, so for no tension condition our direct stress must be greater than or equal to bending stress. So remember that sigma d must be greater than or equal to sigma b to for the no tension condition into the column. Okay, so sigma d is nothing but it is the direct stress, and all of you know that it can be given by force upon area. So it is P by A is greater than or equal to sigma b is the bending stress. Again by flexural formula it can be given by M upon I into Y. Okay, on solving this particular equation again we will have P by A which is greater than or equal to P E upon dB cube by 12 into B by 2. Okay, so P is nothing but it is the value of moment. Okay, P is the force, and for the force perpendicular distance is E, which is the eccentricity. Okay, so it will become P into E, moment will become P into E. We have the value of I, it is dB cube by 12. Now our load is eccentric about YY axis, therefore we have considered IYY. Okay, so it is dB cube by 12. The value of y is nothing but it is b by 2. It is the distance of the centroidal axis from the extreme fiber, so it will become b by 2. Okay, therefore on solving this particular equation again we will have this value. Okay, P by A is greater than or equal to 6PE upon dB square. Okay, so again from this equation we have the value of E. It is E is nothing but less than or equal to B by 6. Okay, therefore it means that for the no tension condition in the column the value of eccentricity must be less than or equal to width by 6 or depth by 6, that is B by 6 or D by 6. Okay, so our value of E must be less than or equal to B by 6. This is the value we have because we have considered eccentricity about y axis. If we consider eccentricity about x axis, then our value of E will be E is less than or equal to D by 6. Okay, so when we have value of E less than or equal to D by 6 or B by 6, therefore it will be considered as a no tension condition for the column. Okay, now we are going to discuss the concept of core of section. So what does it mean? Cement concrete columns are very weak in tension, and therefore it must be sure that there should not be any tensile load acting anywhere into the section of the column. This condition exists when applied load remain within a certain small region surrounding the centroid. Okay, the load applied within that region produces the compressive stresses only. This region is known as a core or the kern of this section. Okay, so what does it mean, core of section? Remember that cement concrete, it is very weak in tension. Okay, and as we know that column, it is a composite member which is made up of concrete plus steel. Okay, so as we know that concrete, it is very weak in tension, so we have to avoid tensile stresses into the column. okay, and it must be sure that there should not be any tensile stress developed anywhere into the section of the column. Okay, so this condition exists when the applied load remain within the certain small region surrounding the centroid. Okay, so how to avoid the tensile stresses into the column? For that purpose, we have to apply the load into the vicinity of that particular centroid of the cross section of the column, which will develop the only compressive stresses and no tensile stresses. Okay, so that particular region where we have applied the load and which will produce only compressive stresses, no tensile stresses, that particular region is known as a core of section or the kern of this section. Okay, so we are going to find out that particular region where we have to apply the load for the no tension condition. Okay, so first of all, we will consider core of section for a rectangular section. It is also known as middle third rule. It is also known as middle third rule. From figure, consider a rectangular section of area A and of width B and depth D. Now apply no tension condition to a given section. We have sigma D is greater than sigma B. So remember that from this particular figure we have a rectangular section which has width B and depth D. Okay, and for this particular rectangular section we have to apply the no tension condition. Okay, all of you know that no tension condition can be given by sigma D greater than or equal to sigma B. Okay, so you just put the value of sigma D, it is P by A. Just put the value of sigma B, it is M upon I xx into Y. Okay, so we have Ixx is nothing but we have considered our eccentricity about xx axis. Okay, therefore value of P by A will become P by BD. Value of M upon Ixx into Y will become P into E whole divided by BD cube by 12 into D by 2. Because we have considered Ixx, therefore we are going to put the value of moment of inertia about xx axis, so it is BD cube by 12. The value of Y is D by 2, that is it is the extreme fiber distance from the centroid. Okay, so it is D by 2. On solving this particular equation, we have Ex less than or equal to D by 6. We have Ex less than or equal to D by 6. Okay, so it means that it is the value of eccentricity about xx axis, okay, where we have to apply the load. We can apply the load. So remember that eccentricity should be less than or equal to D by 6, that is up to this distance only. Okay, now the total eccentricity can be given by about xx axis D by 6 plus D by 6 on both sides, so it will have D by 3. It will have D by 3, so it is D by 3. It is D by 3 because this particular distance is D by 6 and this particular distance is D by 6. Okay, so to avoid the tensile stresses into the rectangular cross section of the column, we have to apply the load at an eccentricity of D by 6 from the centroidal axis, and the total value will be D by 3. Okay, so from this particular figure, this is a section which is known as rhombus. This is a section which is known as a rhombus. Okay, within that particular area, within this area we have to apply the load. Within this area only we have to apply the load to for the no tension condition into the column. Okay, this is for a Ixx value. In the same manner we can also find out for the Iyy. For the Iyy we will have the value of Ey B by 6. Ey is less than or equal to B by 6. Okay, therefore the total eccentricity will become B by 6 plus B by 6 on both sides, so it is B by 3. Okay, so we have to avoid we have to apply the load within this particular region only. Okay, to avoid the no tension condition for the no tension condition into the column. Okay, so we will stop here. In the next lecture again we will discuss the core of section for the hollow rectangular section. Okay, thank you.